and TV show recaps. We review and read them too, as long as they're Black, Brian and Lamar hosting the show. Remain unbiased in case you don't know. Now you know. The number one official is out to the imagination. If you don't know, now you know.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off. All right, 1992, starring Tyrese Gibson and the great Ray Liotta.
He just passed, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Tyrese said this is his last movie. I don't know if it's the last movie he filmed or the last movie that just came out, because I think something came out right after he died.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. I feel like I don't know, man. Like when I saw the previews, I thought it was something else, but it's like at the same time, I kind of knew what it was gonna be like. It kind of it reminded me of something that I've seen already. Like I feel like I've seen this movie like 3 times.
It has the same. It has the same cutout as a lot of heist movies. So that's probably why you said you feel like you've seen it before. It's kind of like the same get down of a lot of heist movies where you got this one guy who used to be with the shits. It ain't even got to be a black dude. Just used to be with the shits, end up caught up in a situation where it's like, I got to show my skills again.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not saying it was trash. It was just like, I feel like I saw it before. It was very like, I kind of knew how it was gonna, go down at the end of the day. Like it kind of is reminiscent of, a lot of Tyrese movies. He's always looking for somebody. He always got to save something.
His son,
his son for the most part. You know what I mean? Like there was, I don't know, man. It just, you tell me what you liked about it, because I want to know, like, because it's like it's not, because like when we watched The Union, right? And I'm just like, it's just is what it is. That's kind of how I feel about this one.
Right. So I can't even say it's like just the quality. So I don't agree with I feel like if this came out in theaters back then, like say when Waist Deep and all of that came out, I would want to see it in theaters.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and then watching it, it's like, oh, that was a cool movie. It's like it's it ain't over the top. It ain't like, oh man,
yeah,
that was incredible. It ain't like that. It was just a cool movie. I have problems with the story and things I felt like shouldn't happen the way it happened, but it's still overall a cool movie.
Okay. So it's like, so I guess what it is for this movie, I would say that I wish that we would have gotten a little bit of Tyrese's past to kind of like, it's like you saw when he beat up the couple, those 2 people or whatever, and then when he ran into his homeboys or whatever. I wish they would have gave us a little bit of that. He would have went to jail for a while, and then they would have kind of did that whole 5 years later. You know what I mean? It kind of
then we'd have Waist Deep.
No. Waist Deep was like Baby Boy 2.5.
And this is Baby Boy 3.
Oh my God.
Tyrese, I would say that Tyrese, when Tyrese does a hood movie, he's the same nigga. Like it's either Tyrese is a hood nigga or Tyrese is like a goofy funny nigga, like Fast and Furious and all of that. It's either or with him. If it's a movie about him being in the hood, he's going to turn into this venomous, talk with a low tone, stare at you seriously. That's just his character. Or that's the only way I think he knows how to be in hood movies.
You got something to say to me, youngster? Hey, did you ever see Black and Blue with Tyrese? It was like based in, it wasn't LA though. But
with the lady cop,
yeah,
I think I've seen it. I feel like I've seen it once.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
feel like I've seen it because like she was like investigating. I think it was like dirty cops and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Tyrese is the same nigga.
Right. He was working in a
store. I think I kind of wish they didn't do that. So when they show the background and how the gang respects them, I feel like they shouldn't have did that. Like
because there was no background to it. It was like once it happened, it was just like, all right, he OG Merc. That was it.
But they gave the background in that scene because dude was like, we wouldn't even be a gang if it wasn't for him. Like they're giving you the background through dialogue, but that's not the way to do it. Like they should have just had his homie that ran up on him like, when'd you get out? Like, yeah, man, you know it wouldn't be no us without you. Like, give us that. But the whole robbery of the store thing and them having to run in and see the kids pointing the gun at his head at that moment, it just that part didn't hit well for me. How does it feel? Familiar? What are you, RoboCop, nigga? Like they'll shoot you, nigga. Like we get you was tough, nigga. These young niggas don't give a fuck in real life.
Hey, they really don't. They don't give a fuck about no, like, I ain't saying they don't give a fuck about no OGs, but at the end of the day, nigga, like, I don't know who you was. You talking shit. You probably gonna shoot your ass. Before the other nigga would have came in, he would have been gone.
Yeah, so that part I didn't need. Also, so I hated I think I literally hated the fact that Tyrese asked to come back to his job for his son's safety. Cause I wasn't in LA during the riots. I was in the Bay Area watching through TV like everybody else. But I'm pretty sure being inside of your home in the hood was safe.
Yeah, that was only tearing down businesses.
Yes. So there was no reason for him to be like, can we come back over here for safety? As far as I know, because I didn't hear about no neighborhoods getting burned down. It was all businesses like looting, robbing and looting, right? Am I tripping?
It was robbing and looting, but I can't verify if there was no robbery. That was in 1992. I was very young at the time. I don't know about none of that. So it's just like I can't verify. I know it was a lot of bullshit happened probably around that area. He probably from just watching the movie and knowing what happened around that time, like just like you said, it probably would have been better just to be at the crib.
Yeah, just in the house.
Just you know what I mean, to be out and about, driving around when there's a lot of like craziness going on, riots, police pulling people over, probably was worse.
That was I think that was a bad decision.
Yeah.
Like, don't drive into the bullshit. And then especially, you got a target on your back. So it's like if the police catch you alone, nigga, you next. Like they don't give a fuck about you, especially if you black.
Someone was just like, Daddy, why do we got to get out the car? Get out the car, man. Like, let's get the fuck about here, man. Stop playing.
I want to say I want to say that's another thing I hated. And it's probably just a fantasy for me. They should have had Tyrese whoop them cops' ass. That's how I would have wrote it, man. Because I'm sick of this shit. I'm sick of the black man being treated like, why do we got to keep highlighting that?
Oh,
whoop their ass like this is the perfect time and whoop their ass and get away,
or
shoot these niggas,
swing, get shot in the back of the neck.
You're right, but like I said, it's just a fantasy for me. But all of this could have been avoided if they just stayed in the house. There was no reason for him. I think it would have been better writing if they said, because he told him in the morning, he was like, yeah, man, if this decision goes wrong, it's gonna be real dangerous, so come straight home. I think if they would have showed this paranoia of him being like, come with me to work instead of going to school today because I don't know what's going to happen. And then everybody gets sent home because of the riots and he like, nah, Joe, can me and my son stay here? It ain't safe to drive home right now.
Yeah.
That would have made more sense instead of being like, I'm gonna leave work, go get him and bring him back here where it's at. No, no, nigga, you work somewhere where people want to rob.
I feel like the most important part of this movie wasn't even like the burglars or robbers, whatever you want to call them, running into Tyrese at his job, and it was literally the once everything happened, like once you're there, you know, the guy that's on your team, he gets hurt, he's going through pain, dude shoots him, bam, you know what I mean? Then like the son and the other guy, like, you know, he low-key turning on his, you know, his pops, and then his pops, you know, hey, I'm sorry I couldn't raise you the way I want, you know what I mean? Like I feel like all of that once you get in there is important. Everything before then was bullshit in my eyes. Like I'm not gonna lie. The most important part is literally the last 15 minutes of the movie.
I like the creativity of them not just robbing the bank. Like I like how they were creative enough to be like, let's rob this place that's holding platinum bars. It's like that that hasn't been done before in robbers. They always rob for gold, or they rob for money, or they rob. It's like it's always like that. But for the fact that they took a different swing at it, I appreciated that. But the setup and how everything went down, it's kind of bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
It went from Ray Liotta being like, it's not good, it's not safe, to being like, I'm bringing my crew and we're gonna fuck everything up.
Yeah.
And it was like, we love you, dad. But then your dad is like, well, fuck y'all.
Yeah. Yeah, just the build up of it all was just, you know, I mean, I guess I feel like you want to get to a part of the movie to where like a lot of that stuff comes out. Maybe I missed it in the middle, but from what I saw, it was literally like them. You know, of course, you know, you're gonna find out about the Rodney King thing, and it's like the riots happen, and you know they're taking advantage of the situation because at first they was going, you know, like, nah, it's too risky. And you know, they go in there, they got all this equipment in order to get their Tyrese plans on going back to work because it's safer. You know what I mean? I don't know, man. It's just like all of that build up just to get to that one that important part. I feel like that probably could have stretched somewhere in the movie. It could have, I don't know, could have put some pieces in there to kind of like bring us to that part of the story, like, you know, like set it up and then knock it down in the end versus just here's the last 15 minutes, it all goes to shit. I don't know, I guess that's just my opinion of it. I didn't dislike the movie. It was just definitely
it seemed real random. I would say that the story seemed real random, and the wrap up of it was real abrupt. Like the wrap up was almost too perfect.
Yeah.
And then pick up some of those bricks. Pick up some of that.
Kicking them.
Pick up some of that platinum.
Taking too long to shoot Tyrese, that's one thing. Like, so we just talk about this. Like, we just talked about this. Like, dude, you walking up to Tyrese with the gun. He was like, "You motherfucker, you messed everything up."
Hey, you shoot your son's cold blood quick. You go to Tyrese and now you want to give a speech.
Dude would have been gone ASAP. If I would have had, like, if that would have been me, if I was Ray Liotta and I would have known that all of this has happened, I was like, man, you pretty much killed the whole situation. You killed the whole plan. You got one of my sons killed. You were dead as soon as I see your black face. It's a wrap.
A little nitpicky. I hate when they got the scene where the parent cooks the breakfast and the kid act like he too good for it. Nigga, that was eggs and links. Nigga, if you don't get down and get the fuck out of my face.
Some links with them grits, nigga. I'm hungry than a motherfucker.
That shit pissing me off because he was like so mad. He threw the plate in the garbage. It's like, nigga, what's wrong with you? Like, I guess his mother and his grandma died. That's who he was with at first. Yeah. And now his dad's taking care of him, and his dad is pretty much looking out for him because he's stupid as fuck. So he like, man, you keeping me trapped in this house. It's like seeing what you did when he said come straight home. I see why he's keeping you trapped in the house because you stupid as fuck.
He's ignorant. He was about to start looting for no reason.
Yeah, you don't even know why.
Yeah.
But like I said, just I don't know, the story. The story was just made. It wasn't cohesive.
I think
Tyrese should have caught the homies up there.
something.
That would have made more sense than
You're right. That would have been because he was just like, man, like, what can we do for you, kind of thing, or whatever. He would just like help me find my son, like, you know.
yeah, dude from Insecure. It's like if dude from Insecure is running the gang, call that nigga and be like, hey man, come up here. These niggas trying to kill me and my son.
Yeah, and it could have been like a whole little family reunion thing, like, you know, them against Ray Liotta's crew.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, you're right. That could have made sense. That could have been a little bit better.
Yeah. How did you feel about the twist of Ray Liotta's son being captured and then being like, okay, I'm gonna team up with you, Tyrese, because you told me that he killed the black dude?
I mean, to me, that was the most important part of the film. You know, like I don't know what kind of relationship he had with his father prior, because like he must not have liked his father enough to give him the benefit of the doubt to hear it or see it first. He
so
was just
and
what?
And that's what I'm saying.
You're lying.
The story was confusing because the two sons are planning out the heist. They show it to their dad. It's like almost like we're not gonna do it unless he approves it. Mm-hmm. So after they get the approval because it's covered up by the riots, then the dad shows up with the crew, and then it's like we hate dad, but it's like you was just like worshiping him, like you was cherishing him until you saw his crew. Now it's like, oh, I hate you. And it was before that, the dad was like, I love y'all. This ain't safe. I'm looking out for y'all. Don't do this. It's not safe. Then he was like, well, fuck all of y'all.
Hey, man. But yeah.
So to me, it's just a cool. Okay, you know what the closest comparison as far as the story and the movie goes, I would compare it to the movie with Chris Brown, T.I., Takers.
Yeah.
How that storyline was kind of all over the place, but it wasn't really about that. It was about the heist.
Yeah, Takers was the cast though. Without the cast, that movie sucks. If you would have put like everybody, like say if it was Tyrese and okay. Trash. If you would have put a whole like all-star cast in this, I'm not saying Ray Liotta is not all-star because he is, but it's just like everybody else, like all his crew was like Channing Tatum was on the crew or something like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a bunch of just all-star people. It might have, looked a little bit different. Might have. But yeah, this one, I got a question. So waist deep or this?
Both. I enjoy the movies for what they are sometimes, man. I know what waist deep was. I know the bullshit in the movie, but I enjoy it for what it was. Like I don't know. I can't even explain why. I just enjoy it for what it is. Yeah. It's the same thing with this one. It's just I just told you all my nitpicks about it, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I think we watch so many films too. It's just like, man, you watch a movie and you thinking it's like, this might be different, or you want this to be different because, I feel like I'm LA biased anyway, West Coast biased. Any West Coast movie, I'm like, man, I want to see. I
definitely
can't wait to see this or whatever, right? And you just want it to be great. And if it's not great, then it's bad. But I'm not saying that this is bad. It's just I probably wouldn't watch it again.
I would watch this again like I would watch Takers again. As far as I'm not putting it on, but if I'm changing channels and it's there, then I'll probably pay attention a little bit. I'm never going to purposely put Takers on again.
Yeah, I watched Takers at least 3 times.
I probably watch it 2 more times on accident. I watched the first time for real, 2 more times on accident. I don't go. I don't be like, oh man, Takers, let me throw this on right quick.
It's not one of them.
Mm-hmm. And this one ain't either, but it's still a cool movie. Like I said, even with Takers, if I'm scrolling through, it's on, I'm watching it. Not like oh, I'm fuck everything else. It's just like if it's on, why not?
You know what this movie is like? All right, so when I was
about to say some bullshit.
No. So you know when you travel and it's like you go to a hotel that don't have like the little Netflix and stuff hookups or whatever, and it's like they just be having movies on, I'll watch it. Because I watched hella movies that I'll probably never watch again just because it be on. Like I'll be like, oh man, look,
I knew you
they got like Showtime Z or some shit like that on, and like 1992 come on. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna be like, oh, let's watch this.
I knew you was gonna say some bullshit.
It'd be like you just be in a hotel, like for some reason they ain't got up, on their not electronic, but they streaming platforms. You'd be like, oh, they still only got HBO and Showtime or whatever. You'd be like, oh snap, Takers is on. I'm about to watch this.
But that's it. That's literally the only way I would watch Takers. It's like it'll never be on purpose. Yeah. But I don't have a problem with
it. Yeah, I don't have a problem with this movie. It's not like, oh my God, like this nigga's trash for this, but it's just like it's just another film made, man. What's it called? Tyrese's album sound kind of cool. I ain't listened to the whole thing, but I heard
I ain't heard none of it yet. I gotta listen to it.
5 songs ain't bad, brother. I was just like, as far as his rollout, he been everywhere. So I mean, hopefully people go see it and put some money in his pocket.
He definitely in the promotion put more emphasis on the Rodney King and the riot thing than needed to be for this movie.
They need to stop doing that shit, bro. Like it's like there's too many movies that have that now. Like what happened in '93?
Like I said,
the movie was about '97. Man, I remember '98 was good for me. I remember '98 was cold.
Like I said, it was still a cool. I like the concept and the new idea of how they were robbing a place you wouldn't think to be robbed. Like I think that was a dope concept.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to rate it though.
Death Row Records movie, first movie.
Hey, sign us, Snoop.
Man,
we got some movies.
We got 1993 coming out soon. Oh man, I'm ready to rate.
I'm ready.
All right, I will give this movie all right. And
I'm gonna give this movie a right, and a
That's fair. Is okay.
Definitely fair. That's the story. It just some of the stories. I think, like you said, stretch out the robbery. Like if you're not gonna give us his complete background, don't give us nothing. Because I did not like the liquor store hold up thing. I just did not like that. It was literally for no reason. Like the kids walked in, it was just like, move, man. Hey man, give us some, what was it, Swisher Sweets?
Yeah, you need bitches. It's not Swishers, cuz.
I need Swishers. Swishers, cuz. Like, calm down, nigga. Watch your mouth. What, cuz? It's like they weren't even convincing. Get Looney Tune in there, nigga.
Right. Tyrese's Dr. Dre Superman.
Hey, nigga, dude, Insecure slapped the boy in the face and hella shit.
Oh man,
that nigga said, "Don't look at him, look at me."
I don't want to be a part of the gang no more. You slap me, it's a wrap. You might as well put me off.
And I got a gun in my hand.
If you get slapped with a gun in your hand, life is over.
Yeah, we didn't need that. We didn't need him to build him to be venomous, man. Just let him be a regular father. Let him be O2 again. Still some of that platinum though, man.
Man,
That's platinum on the ground. Ain't nobody. The homeless people. As soon as you got your car pulled out, homeless people.
they were just like, yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it, but I'm gonna hold it. Platinum would have been sitting in their shopping carts for years, not knowing what to do with that shit.
Get some of that platinum, man. But anyways, man, like, share, subscribe, talk to us. We talk back wherever. If you there, let us know how y'all felt about 1992. Go watch it in theaters like we did. Not a terrible movie, but it is what it is, man. Check it out for yourself. That Tyrese album.
Peace.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.